Hello and good morning. Welcome to Leave Love. So I'm gonna just do the return of Sundays. So I'm gonna just do the return of Sundays on this one. This is eggshells. I ground it up in the food processor. Eggshells. Yeah, I use that. So I use salt and I use the eggshells. And you wipe it away. Well, I'm wiping it now, but I use it in the shower because it's eggshells and I don't want to, it doesn't smell, but I use it. It keeps you in a protective bubble. That's what the eggshells do. So the eggshells in Spanish culture, we use it as cascarilla. Cascarilla is like they form it, or they find a way to use it and use it as a powder, to a powder on your hands, and that is how we stay protected. Like the negative energies won't affect you, it won't harm you, because you put cascarilla on your hands. Cascarilla is eggshells. They grind up the eggshells and they form like a powder, a paste, and then they make it into like little cubes. And they sell it that way, and it's cheap. It's cheap, but it's like you can make it yourself too. I use it ground up like that because I know that it is for protection. It's to put you in a protective bubble, you know, and it protects me. I use this and I use salt in the shower. Because not everyone is rich and famous. Not everyone can afford the product. So then what are you gonna use if you can't afford a spiritual splash? You can't afford sulfur soap. You can't afford it. So how are you gonna cleanse? I'm like, okay, you can use salt. Salt is used for cleansing. You could cleanse yourself, protect yourself, and remove the negative energies with salt. If you could use the eggshells too. Just take time, grind it up, grind it up. I used to grind it up. I used to sit there and grind it, and then I was like, oh, I could just put it in the processor and make it into the powder. So then now I started doing that. So now I don't use the grinder, but before that's what I was doing. I was just grinding it, and but I was like, not everyone can afford the splash. The splash is not expensive. It's only $14.44. And you pay your own shipping and handling. But this is for people that can afford it. It's not expensive. It's 4 ounce bottle. And yeah, it's for healing, it's for cleansing, it's for removing negative energies. It's also for cutting those cords of attachment. That's what it's for. It's cutting those cords of attachment. People wanting to stay attached to you. Oh, hell no. I'm not staying attached to anybody that's cursed. These people don't curse themselves. When people die and they have their last request, take care of my kids. That's their last request to you. Take care of my kids. Make sure my kids are all right. Do what you have to do for my kids. I know you're gonna take care of them. And this bitch went and did everything wrong and stole everything from these kids. And I'm like, yo, she is fucking cursed. She is cursed. And even if you don't want to acknowledge it, like if a person dies and they're giving you their last request, what do you think is gonna happen? That's their last request. You're supposed to fulfill their last request. Make them happy. They can rest in peace. But when you're not doing what you're supposed to for your ancestors, they don't rest in peace. Their soul is not resting in peace because you're not doing what they wanted you to do. And you promised them that this is what you was going to do for them because you love them, and then you don't do it. You do everything wrong, everything fucking opposite. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be doing Return of Sundays. Return of Sundays. Return of Sundays. I'm so sorry. Started talking about the ancestors. Oh, I care. I care about the ancestors. I just took the tea light, and then I'm just carving in it. Return to sender. Return to sender. SENDER. You just carve in it, return to sender. I'm not gonna add anything to it. I know I add stuff to it. I add stuff to it is for the purpose of making it stronger, you know. But you don't have to add anything to it. You can leave it as is, and it's fine. It's a return to sender. It's gonna work. It's gonna return the energy back to wherever it came from. That's all that happens. It just returns energy back to wherever it's coming from. Nothing is ever gonna happen to you, ever. Nothing is ever gonna happen to you. You will be free from whatever it is they're trying to oppress you from. These people trying to have you all the way fucked up. And it's like, yo, like, I know what I'm doing. Like, anyone can do a return to sender. I would say do a return to sender when you're not out here doing negative work to others and you're not trying to purposely cause harm to another person. You can do a return to sender. But if you sit here and you're doing hexes and curses to people, you cannot do a return to sender, because it's going to return all the negative energy you threw out. It's going to come back to you even faster. That's all that's going to happen. But that's it. Return to senders are effective in returning energy, returning negative energy back to its owner. You know, you just look at how they turn out. Like, just look at them. And it's all right. Life goes on, and we have to make sure we okay. We have to take care of ourselves, mind, body, and soul, our spirit, and don't. Everybody else does not matter. Take care of yourself. Leave it love. Bye.